Chapter 1084 of One Piece unfolds with a remarkable and unexpected turn of events, particularly concerning the enigmatic character known as 𝐿. In the preceding chapter, we witnessed Sabo and the Revolutionary Army engaged in a profound discussion, delving into the truth behind the Reverie event. Sabo provided crucial insights into the events that unfolded at 𝐿, while dragons shed light on the circumstances surrounding the 7 regions that allied with them. Moreover, this chapter introduces us to the formidable military force of the world government called the Holy Knights. As the story progresses, we are left with a cliffhanger in Chapter 1083, where Nefertari 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA attempts to approach the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜 for a conversation. The burning question that remains is, what exactly is 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA discussing with the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜? Chapter 1084 picks up with Sabo's continued infiltration of 𝐿. He displays his formidable abilities by swiftly defeating and overpowering the royal troops he encounters. During his mission, Sabo has an encounter with Jewelry Bonnie, but their paths diverge when Bonnie reveals her intent to travel to Egghead Island in order to restore her father's consciousness. An intriguing revelation emerges when the guards mention a mysterious room known as the Phantom Room. Although the true nature of the Phantom Room remains uncertain, it is highly speculated to be a secret chamber housing the enigmatic figure known as 𝐿. Surprisingly, the guards believed that the room was non-existent, but Sabo's curiosity drives him to investigate and gather information about this elusive location. It is through his pursuit of the truth that Sabo may ultimately uncover the identity of the figure seated upon the throne of the world government. The relentless efforts of the Revolutionary Army commanders to rescue 𝐶𝐽𝐜𝐜 have finally paid off. It unveils the tragic fate of 𝐶𝐽𝐜𝐜, who has been enslaved by one of the noble families of the Celestial Dragons. 𝐶𝐽𝐜𝐜, compelled to follow the orders dictated by the Charlos family. In a distressing turn of events, 𝐶𝐽𝐜𝐜 almost launches an attack against the pirates who are endeavoring to save Shirahoshi. It becomes evident that the Charlos family, despite a previous failure, is once again attempting to abduct Shirahoshi. Fortunately, one of the commanders of the Revolutionary Army, Morley, manages to withstand 𝐶𝐽𝐜𝐜's assault, providing a glimmer of hope amidst the dire circumstances. Chapter 1084 also delves further into the meeting between 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA and the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜. In this encounter, 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA briefly touches upon the origins of the world government's establishment. He reveals that the kingdom of Alabasta chose not to reside in 𝐿 alongside the other kingdoms. Furthermore, 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA raises the subject of Queen Lily, the leader from 800 years ago who mysteriously vanished without a trace. Seeking answers, 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA inquires about Queen Lily's whereabouts from the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜. However, the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜 admits their lack of knowledge regarding Queen Lily's fate. A compelling aspect of the conversation is 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA's inquiry into the significance of the deed determination. One intriguing aspect that arises from the conversation between 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA and the 𝐻𝐽𝐜𝐜 is the mention of a letter written by Queen Lily. This letter has been passed down through generations within the Nefertari family. However, the contents of the letter remain a mystery to this day. Speculation suggests that the letter may hold revelations about significant past events. It is plausible that the contents of the letter contain a substantial secret that has been concealed by the world government. At the end of Chapter 1084, we see 𝐿's appearance before 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA. This moment is very interesting because 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA is surprised to see a figure sitting on an empty throne that has existed for 800 years. Previously, 𝐶𝐽𝐵RA knew that all the kingdoms that formed the world government had agreed that no one should occupy the empty throne in order to prevent the emergence of a dictator from one of the kingdoms. However, it turns out that there is a figure who occupies the throne, which also makes Sabo surprised. The review of Chapter 1084 of One Piece really brings surprises, especially in terms of the past. We also get new information about the Kingdom of Alabasta, that in the past the kingdom was led by a queen who has now disappeared. Of course, it is interesting to know the contents of the letter that has been passed down from generation to generation in the kingdom.